kinda lost and find. Ended the game in overtime, drawing of a new design, drilling that one earth of mine. Looking to the outward, speaking roundabout words, absurd, blurred to the curb, walking along the verge.
Hey everybody, what is happening? Ish de la Ish, and I am bringing you my Madden 17 Kansas City Chiefs scheme right here. We did draw this as our 4th episode in the Draft Champion Series, trying to get a scheme for people when you get a new book to come in, look on here, see what we got. Something, if you're not familiar with the book, you can at least run a scheme and hopefully win your 6 matches in there. If not, it's something you can also add to a book if you're already running one of the books we're doing here. And we are going to be doing a full ebook on a group channel on explicit Madden guys. And so I wanted to stick with this Gun Bunch week scheme and add to what we've done before. That way we got something good here we know works, and we're going to leave a lot of stuff for the people who have already got membership, because a lot of people have bought our membership, guys, so we want to make sure that they're getting great content. I mean, they only paid like $15 for the whole year, but we still want to make sure that they're going to get some premium content. As you see here, there's the check down on this one. We're just taking B, motion him left, X is on a streak, and Y is either block or on a swing. Right there, we put him on a swing. When Y is on a swing, he is going to be pulling down that corner. Is going to be on that side, which is going to open up more spacing for A, basically coming across right there, as you see. It's not going to be every single coverage, but for the most part there, we'll be pretty good. You're going to be able to hit A quite a bit. Even if they're running, say they cover 2 and you've got that yellow out there on that left-hand side, you can hold that, even hit a sideline pass. As you see right here, he will pass that. He's not going to follow you all the way down, and then having that Y down there will suck him down enough to place that. But for the most part, we want to hit that early. We're not trying to just get a corner sideline pass. See, and man, in certain different coverages that they're going to run, he should be open quite a bit, really. And you're going to have underneath, you got B. He's running kind of a little modified type of in route. It's not going to beat man every time. You know how that stuff is. The ins and outs are you're going to be dependent on route running, speed, acceleration, stuff like that. But those are your options. But A is going to be one we're looking for, and right there we're hitting an up bullet. So really, a lot of those guys is just practice, get your timing down, as we'll explain more in a lot of these that we're doing. Really, a lot of that is just in passing this year is really getting your pass leads and the touch on them. It's a lot more control, I think, this year is necessary to really make plays because of the way the defense is playing. So let's go in here. We'll get into the next one. We'll try and get just a couple minutes in all these. We're going to be running the KC drive here. This one I had a double mesh on the bottom, but again, we're going to have a route that it's going to work here against man, and it's going to hit some of the zones also, which is basically, and I didn't have a good setup on there, but basically that tight end is on the right normally, again, and we motion him left. B is on a streak to open him up, and A on a drag. And as you see, that's what we're hoping for, is being able to get that top off, and that route, again, will either beat man in a lot of cases, unless, your tight end sucks and he somehow has somebody really good coverage on him. But typically, he's going to have a linebacker or maybe a safety on him, just depending on what they're running, unless they're running like quarters or something like that. Underneath there, you'll have the X, which, again, is a safety net for the drag. But it's also going to, again, pull the corners down at the end. As this breaks, I mean, if there's anybody in the area, they will give the separation to your tight end running across, which is again going to open that up and allow you to make those pass leads. I like to pull this one to the side also because that route gets open a lot, but when you leave him in the normal position he is on the right, you tend to hit out of bounds a lot or just kind of miss those. Or if they have purples out there, it's going to get gobbled up, you know what I mean? So we can actually use this and hit it earlier and stuff. That way you get more options hitting that. But again, I'll throw some of these a few times so you can see where the main target's really running at. I don't need to show you too much check down stuff. You guys are able to figure that out now. But watch the X here, like I say, and then you see that corner, chase him. Leaving the mesh, he chases the mesh and leaving that X wide open there. So again, those are the concepts we're trying to build off of there, showing you the main receivers. But again, we have check downs and stuff there if necessary to beat all coverages. But we're trying to get through this fast because, again, I know these can drag on, and once you get the idea about it, you don't need to see it over and over again. Another new one that we're going to run on this specific one is going to be the verticals, and we're just going to take RB on a slant, B is on a drag again. You can block Y or motion out to the right. We're going to motion to the right just to show you. If you have manned up, the way it's going to break, he's just going to get open faster. It's going to be tougher for the linebacker to stay on him, as you see right there. So that's the only reason there we're going to motion him. But again, we've got basically you've got everybody just flooding out left here. So it's just like a read and react here. It really don't get too locked on one. I mean, the RB and A are going to be more than likely your targets you see. In man coverage, RB tends to get open fast and early, and you'll see that. On the backside out there, A is the one that's typically going to get you more yards. As you see, you can hit an up pass lead, even get the separation after you throw it. And B will be open, but probably out of the three, he's probably the least that you'll use. That mid receiver in there. Sometimes as I'm watching this, I get confused up in the set there. But the RB, the way it breaks, I should say, might be the one where you use the least out of the three. But again, it's kind of just a read and react. Just see how it breaks for the most part, and then you'll get that right there. You see how the route's coming across again. When you throw those up bullets, it straightens them out, and if you have a defender on the left-hand side, you'll see that. Now, as I'm between coverages right there, I'm either throwing just a straight bullet or I'm holding a left on the bullet there, because when you're trying to fit between linebackers and safeties, again, you do not want to get those high passes. You do not want to get an up pass. If anything, you can even throw a low bullet. He'll hold the LT, the L trigger, and bullet it. But if I ever see that those guys, the safeties pulled off enough, that's when I get the up lead on those. And again, that's just something that you really got to get a feel for. It's really just in any play in general this year. I really believe you guys got to get a good sense of your pass leads. Very important. Now we were getting into something we saw. This was in the San Diego playbook. We had a ton of success running this, and we are going to put RB on a streak. Why? Again, we're going to start off motioning left, but again, you're really going to want 6 blocking a lot, so it's just dependent. If you think he's running a cover 2 zone, let Y go out, because he's probably, once he clears that first part, he'll be wide open. But for the most part, you've got B underneath, and a user sitting in the middle will give that trouble. Like basically that goes with anything, but I haven't said that yet, so bring that out. But that's the guy we are looking to target there, and you can hit him in different spots. But I'm kind of eyeballing that B. You've got meshes underneath if he looks covered, so you got a couple you can break down. You got him going both directions also, so you definitely got your man concepts, and you've got some zones here you can beat. Streak there. I don't throw that ball very often to the streaking tight end there, but it will be open on occasion. If it's a weak side on, say, a cover 3 Mabel, which is getting real popular, it will tear up the weak side of that and stuff like that. But for the most part here, again, we want B. You can hit him early as he floats along. Even sometimes you'll hit him deep enough, as long as the your receiver on the left pulls the top off of it. And so we're gonna, like I say, we're trying to get through these real quick here. We're going to go right into the next. We did do a mesh concept of this, and if you want to see the way that I was running, just check, I believe, the part 2 of the San Diego one. This we're going to show just an easy, simpler version of it. A streak, Y on a block. Just if you want to keep it based. That way, the other version was kind of hitting the middle. It was just going the opposite way, but it kept the same look as the original mesh post. But we don't want to hit. We already have enough things kind of go in that area, so we don't want to hit the middle over and over and over, where it becomes so easy for the user to just sit there the whole time thinking that's where you're always going to target. So you do have to target the sides and the flats on occasion to make sure when you do want to hit those deep middle or those mid passes that you don't have someone just sitting there the whole time waiting on it. So we really want to keep them guessing. But this is really basic, so we'll just show this one another time here. But basically, all we're really adding is that streak that helps give you that variation. You have the mesh on that other side. You can put him on a slant also. That's what you're seeing right there if need be. But they're both going to work against man for the most part. So just real quick. And another one here, just something kind of throw out a little bit different than what you'd see. The halfback cross screen. And this is great against a strong blitz. If somebody coming in bringing some heat, maybe they're bringing the Mike Scrape, because some people are bringing that one back, stuff like that. Just take this guy and motion him to the side you're already going to be swinging him to. Now, man coverage will normally tear up screens. Well, this kind of helps you get out in front of that. Now, you are going to be ahead of your blockers, but you're going to get 1-on-1, 2-on-2 situations. Now, if this guy's running flats, if he's running hard flats, just run it normal in a sense there. But, you know, in most other situations, this is going to work in almost every other one. And also, you can cut back into your blockers, you know, but if you got a one-on-one, you know, most of the trucking backs and all that, just chuck the dude over and get the extra yards here. Let's see here. We're going to get this. We'll turn this one back in so I can show you. You've got the blockers, so if you can kind of still read that, you can try and do that move to get those guys out there. You know, but you'll see, you'll see, though, like I said in the other previous, a linebacker chasing them out there. It's like somehow those guys who are pulling, they will just clip him, you know, going out. So you don't get kind of balled up by the defensive lineman doing this either. So it's just something to mix in on occasion to get you see, but it will work. It is effective, not against every single one. Like I say, if they've got some flats out there, you might stuff it up. But I would throw that in once to twice a game, though, just to really keep the guy off guard, and especially if you expect heat. And then that heat that he runs has purples in the back instead of those hard flats. That's going to really be tough for him. And so we're going to get one more now. The audibles in this, you know, you're going to get halfback base in this, and you have a halfback base now, which we didn't have before. We only had a draw. It's only 2 runs. We have the draw also, but PA post, this play will be in your audible, so you know, you don't have to run it right away. You can audible if you need be. But you see how we're motioning this out here. Motion snap. If nobody chases him, that's what we're throwing. So RB's on a streak, and B is that motion right here. And like I say, if you see anybody closing in, you know, even if that's the linebacker, anybody floating out to, you know, this receiver we're motioning, we don't throw the ball. But if all you see when you motion them out is people backing off, just take that. Take that, you know, 8 yards or whatever you're going to get on that, you know, take it, because it's basically going to force them to either change their coverage, or they're going to basically have to try to get out and user it and try something like that. But either way, it's going to open up to what we want in other coverages. You know, you're going to have, and I believe this one here is not, I mean, you've probably seen this concept before. This has probably been around a couple years, so this one isn't anything groundbreaking, but it is still very effective this year. I know you've got your C on the other side to help you get your man, but that A route, you know, when he's cutting across, it's going to be open quite a bit, and you can hit it short. And if you get good blocking, you can take that and let it develop like a lot of the posts when you're not bringing out somebody too deep on the side. You know, you're going to have the ability to also on occasion hit it coming across the field for a big gain, like you're going to see anything like that, and you'll hit touchdowns off of that. So it's, you know, it's got a lot of different possibilities in this play, which is really nice. But again, see, they drop off in coverage. Boom, you're going to get that. You get anywhere 8-10 yards. Pretty simple. You know, it's you can hit it quite often. Just don't become too predictable with it. And again, there we're going to hit that. Why you can you know, possession catch those if you got defenders out there. But for the most part, you've got like I say, a lot of options on that with a big play home run possibility to it. But, you know, that's why we're blocking the running back as much as we can. Tomorrow, guys, I will get one more little snippet, 3 plays. But after that, that's it for me in this book. Everything else is going to go out to the members. So thanks for checking this out, guys. See you next time. Peace.